There was a time when pulling out a BlackBerry meant one thing: you were important. Executives, politicians, and celebrities all had one. It was the ultimate status symbol for the professional class. But today, BlackBerry is no longer the king of smartphones. So, how did this once dominant company rise so fast, fall so hard, and then quietly reinvent itself? Let's go back to the beginning. The story of BlackBerry begins in 1984 when two Canadian engineers, Mike Lazaridis and Douglas Fragan, founded a company called Research in Motion, or RIM, in Waterloo, Ontario. Their early focus wasn't on phones, but on wireless data transmission and pagers. By the late 1990s, they introduced a device that would change business forever: the BlackBerry 850. It allowed users to send and receive emails wirelessly. In a world that still relied on dial-up internet, this was revolutionary. By the early 2000s, BlackBerry had become the go-to device for professionals. Its physical QWERTY keyboard, real-time email, and unmatched security made it a corporate essential. Governments and Fortune 500 companies relied on it. Even world leaders were fans. Barack Obama famously refused to give up his BlackBerry when he became president. Financially, things couldn't have looked better. By 2008, BlackBerry controlled over 20% of the global smartphone market and nearly 50% of the US market. Its stock price peaked at over $230 per share, and profits were soaring. But beneath that success, cracks were forming. Then came the storm, the iPhone. When Apple introduced the iPhone in 2007, BlackBerry's leadership laughed it off. They believed consumers didn't want touchscreen phones without physical keyboards. They were wrong. The iPhone wasn't just a phone, it was a computer in your pocket. And soon after, Android entered the scene, offering sleek touch-based designs and an explosion of apps. BlackBerry tried to respond but moved too slowly. Their operating system, once innovative, couldn't handle the growing demands of multimedia, touch navigation, and app ecosystems. Developers began ignoring BlackBerry, choosing iOS and Android instead. Users followed. In an attempt to catch up, BlackBerry launched the Storm in 2008, a touchscreen phone meant to rival the iPhone, but it was rushed, buggy, and poorly received. Their next attempt, the Playbook tablet, lacked even a native email app at launch, a shocking oversight for a company built on email. The damage was done. By 2011, BlackBerry's market share collapsed to below 10%. Revenues dropped from nearly $20 billion in 2011 to less than $7 billion by 2014. In just a few years, the company went from being the world's most valuable smartphone brand to the brink of extinction. In 2013, BlackBerry tried one last revival with the BlackBerry 10 operating system and the Z10 smartphone. The devices were well designed, but consumers had already moved on. The App Store was empty compared to Apple and Google's. And soon after, leadership turmoil and poor marketing buried their final hope. In 2016, BlackBerry made a major announcement. They would stop making phones entirely. It was the end of an era. But instead of disappearing, they did something remarkable. They pivoted. BlackBerry shifted its focus from hardware to software, becoming a leader in cybersecurity, Internet of Things, and automotive technology. Their new business model focused on what they had always done best: security. Today, BlackBerry software protects over 500 million endpoints worldwide, including vehicles, medical systems, and governments. They no longer make the devices in our pockets. They secure the networks that connect them. Financially, BlackBerry's revenue now comes largely from software licensing and cybersecurity contracts. While their yearly revenue is only a fraction of what it once was, their profitability has stabilized. They turned from a phone company into a trusted tech solutions provider. So what went wrong for BlackBerry? Their biggest mistake was arrogance, believing their dominance would last forever. They ignored the consumer market, focusing only on business users while the rest of the world wanted fun, social, and app-driven experiences. Their leadership failed to recognize that the future of communication was software, not keyboards. What could they have done better? Embrace change sooner. BlackBerry had the talent, the reputation, and the resources to build a competitive ecosystem. Had they shifted focus to touch screens, app stores, and consumer experience earlier, they might have remained a top player alongside Apple and Samsung. The lessons from BlackBerry's story are clear. In business, innovation never stops. Success can make you comfortable, but comfort kills creativity. The moment a company stops listening to its users, it starts dying. Yet, BlackBerry's transformation shows that it's never too late to evolve. From a hardware titan to a cybersecurity powerhouse, BlackBerry's journey is a masterclass in adaptation. They may have lost the smartphone war, but they found a new battlefield, one that defines the digital world we live in today. From email revolution to software resilience, BlackBerry's story reminds us that even when a brand falls, reinvention can spark a second life. It's not about staying the same, it's about staying relevant.